Hi guys, welcome to the second part of this week's Coffee and Hero Show, taking you through the new single issues into the store this week. So that's all the DC, the Marvel, the independent stuff, taking you through all of the new variants into the store as well. So let's kick things off. So we'll kick things off with the variants, of which I have a decent wee chunk of this week. So kicking things off, there's a new Star Wars book, Star Wars Visions. This is the Peach Momoko variant cover for that. You'll see the cover A certainly as we go through the rest of the box. From the unbelievable Daniel Warren Johnson, we have Batman 89 Echoes. As you well know, I'm not a Batman 89 fan, but that is a hell of a variant. Daniel Warren Johnson just knocks these out of the park every time. Next up from Batman Superman 25, Batman Superman World's Finest 25, I should say. This is definitely one of the more random covers. This is the William Shatner variant, because why not? But it is impeccably drawn by Dan Mora. Back in stock, we got the Black Widow Hawkeye from Adam Hughes. We were shorted on these a little bit last week, one of the best covers of last week, I think, so glad to have that back in. Fantastic Four, number 18, we have the Phil Noto variant cover in. Star Wars Jango Fett is a new book this week, and again, you'll see the cover A's as we work through here, but we do have the variants from Derek Chu. Web of Spider-Man number 1, a rather gorgeous Alex Maleev variant cover for this. Again, I'll take you through the cover A's, which is Greg Capone, which is also pretty stunning. One that we were shorted on again last week was the retailer incentive for Thundercats number 2. This is the Blacklight variant cover. Yes, Blacklight, you heard that right. Wolverine number 1 facsimile. So they're reprinting Wolverine in his first solo title as a facsimile this week. Of course, we have the foil variant covers. And then another one that came out last week, but we didn't receive our 1 to 10 variant cover by the impeccable Clayman. So this is the 1 to 10 for Helen of Windhorn. And then before moving on, I'll go into these two next. So another couple of facsimiles out this week, but done in a slightly different way, is this, which is a 76-page Treasury Edition facsimile. So it's going back to the glory days of Batman and the Neil Adams days. The Dark Knight Detective versus Ra's al Ghul. So they've reprinted it in full Treasury size. So we have the foil variant for it. But as well as the foil variant, we also have the traditional cover A as well. So oversized. We managed to get Treasury bags as well. Shout out to Mal, Forbidden Planet, for sorting me out with those at the last minute. And those are this week as well. So moving on from there, we'll move on to DC. A lot of quality out this week. First of all, we have the one-shot, which is the Ape Rule Special. So DC always like to do these seasonal one-shots, annual type things. With this one, it's going to focus on the apes of the DC universe. I'd mentioned Batman 89 Echoes, issue 2 is this week. So you have your traditional Joe Quinones cover there. He does the interior art as well. Batman Superman World's Finest reaches issue 25. It's an oversized 25th issue with some guest artists in there as well. We have Catwoman 63, so Tini Howard continuing on with Catwoman, going on with this 9 Lives story arc, which has been great. Really enjoying this. I say it all the time, Catwoman is like most underrated title at DC. John Constantine Hellblazer, number 3, no longer underrated because everybody knows how good it is. So we're up to issue 3 of Dead in America. Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong reaches issue 6 of 7, so the penultimate issue there. The usual glorious cover for Nightwing, done by Bruno Redondo, just clean as it comes, absolutely beautiful. Tom Taylor continues on as he continues with his Nightwing run, but not to be his Nightwing run for much longer. Tip of the hat. Next up is Suicide Squad Dream Team. So this is one, it also has the subtitle, Countdown to Absolute Power, which of course is going to be DC's summer event. You'll find out more about that on Free Comic Book Day, certainly. But this is a 4-issue miniseries, Suicide Squad Dream Team. Superman is issue 12 this week, so a race against time to save Lex Luthor. Joshua Williamson continuing with the main Superman title. We have Titans number 9 with the incomparable Chris Samney doing covers there, so Tom Taylor continuing with Titans. And probably my most anticipated DC book this week, Wonder Woman number 7. So Tom King continues on in this. Daniel Sampere on covers. Fill-in artist for this one, or guest artist I should say, because it's Guillaume March, whose work is absolutely brilliant. So I'm more than happy for that as a fill-in. So next up, we'll move on to Marvel. So next up we have Amazing Spider-Man 254. So this is the facsimile for this. They've been reprinting the sort of black suit era in the Amazing Spider-Man facsimiles recently. We have Fantastic Four number 18. I of course showed off the Phil Noto variant there, but we have the usual glorious Alex Ross cover A. Invincible Iron Man reaches number 16 this week, again part of the fall of the House of X. I'll be curious to see if Invincible Iron Man finishes up soon and maybe relaunch with the new Iron Man title. Night Thrasher, for all you 90s lovers out there, reaches issue 2 of its mini-series. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, also number 2 this week, again celebrating 60 years of the characters, as so many Marvel characters are celebrating 60 years this year. Star Wars, we have quite a few Star Wars titles this week. So first of all, there's Star Wars The High Republic, issue 5, Kevin Scott. Continuing on that, we have Star Wars Jango Fett, brand new number 1, Ethan Sachs doing this. The Trail of Lost Hope. Star Wars Thrawn Alliances is up to issue 3 for the adaptation of the popular book. And I showed off the Peach Momoko variant, but we do have the Takashi Okazaki Visions. So these always tend to be one-shot titles with different artists. We got some new printings in for some of the Ultimate stuff. So Ultimate Spider-Man, so if you missed out on issue 2, we have the second printing variant there with the Green Goblin and some of the other designs for that. We also have the second printings in for Ultimate X-Men. RB Silva doing the cover for this. Vengeance of the Moon Knight is this week. We're up as far as issue 3. Jed Mackay, Alessandro Cappuccio continuing on that. I'd showed off the lovely Alex Malaya variant. Well, here's Greg Capullo doing Spider-Man. Web of Spider-Man is essentially, it's almost like a collection of, it's the State of the Union almost for the Spider-Universe. So there's going to be tidbits and teases for what's going to be coming up in the Spider-Universe over the next year and that. Just a wee one-shot. And again, I'd mentioned the foil variant. We also have the traditional cover A's for the Wolverine number 1 facsimile. So we finish off as always with the independent side of things. And again, some brilliant titles this week. Kicking things off is Cobra Commander, so we're up as far as issue 3. Joshua Williamson and Andrea Milana continuing with that. That's awesome so far. Dune, House of Corino. So continuing on with the mini-series linked to the Dune universe. We've had House of Harkonnen, we've had House of Atreides, and now we're on to House of Corino. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Larry Hama and Chris Mooneyham continuing on with that. Up to issue 305. We have Garth Ennis, James Bond. Just 4 words that sound so right together. It's up to issue 3 of this series. We have issue 2 of Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch, is number 1 of this. Was definitely our biggest selling Disney book so far that we've got in. So I'm sure there'll be plenty more back for number 2. A new title from Pornsak Pichetshow, of course, who did such great work with The Good Asian. There's a title called Man's Best, brand new number 1. We have some Spawn stuff this week, so 351 of Spawn, a new ruler, a new artist, a new direction. So these are going to definitely serve as jumping on points if you want to get into the world of Spawn. We have Spawn the Scorched, up to 27, same again, new direction. So again, good jumping on point. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan, brand new number 1 this week. And we finish the week off with The Walking Dead Deluxe number 85. We are almost at the halfway point of one of the greatest comics of all time. So that is everything. So pull lists are done and organized as ever. I did have to take 1 or 2 more out of there for people who haven't been in 4 or 5 months. So just if you haven't been in a while, if you can just get in touch, let us know you're all good. Otherwise, everything is all good and ready to go. So as I say, guys, hope you have a good week. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it proves useful as ever. And I look forward to seeing you in store throughout the week. So take it easy.